How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Lift Excelsior channel. Yes, the integration project is back. It took too long a holiday. Now it is back available for download. This is Blanchardstown Centre, made in Skyscraper Sim. And every building needs a video, you know, exploring it and touring it. So that's what we shall now do. I'll be a bit rushed because I have time constraints, but we'll still show you as many parts of the building as we can. Starting off, we spawn at the red entrance. There is Marks & Spencer. There's a retail park up that way with some charming textures just because we're far away. And we have Aldi and Shop Mobility Ireland. Why did I go in there? That's not even exciting. So let's walk in the red entrance by the revolving door, which I managed to push on the correct side. Here we have the 2004 extension of Blanchardstown Centre. And you can go that way and get to the main old part of the mall. A couple of multi-story shops. That one just has steps. Not interesting. Here's the entrance to Aldi, the service passage. Here we have BT2. The escalator is a slight thing of the past because now it's just steps. Yep, there's two staircases now. Here we have the Schindler Eurolift. Probably in real life one of my favourite lifts in Blanch. Here it is in the sim. The upstairs is actually the same as the downstairs, so we'll take the healthy machine back down, and now I'll do a jump just to celebrate. Moving on now to Marks and Spencer, one of the principal anchor tenants. Got some escalators again and a Kone lift which goes up to one, same as the other one. This used to be a ThyssenKrupp, boo-hoo to that replacement, although I'm sure there was a rhyme or reason. And this lift has an identical twin out the back, which very probably doesn't exist in real life, but needed a service lift in the loading bay, so I added one. Also has very wide doors. And still a high door, didn't put an eco disc in it. Little overhang over the other shops, yeah, a little view, that'll be where the cafe is. This actually goes outside to the car park and the loading bay, we'll get there in a bit. Retail park shops again. Here there's just a staircase and that lift is exactly the same, so why on earth am I riding it? Except I think it might have a different cab. No, it's really identical. It does have a nice down chime for the down message. Let me down the escalator, please. We'll take a little look in the multi-story car park to get to by going this way. That is service passage. Nice fetching corridor. There's the steps, and the lift is here because these ones get mobbed on random activity. Floor 3, we'll just roll with it. Yep, these lifts get a lot of traffic. You can get a bit of a view of the rest of the mall. It's quite a big complex. Same steps again. They got these floor signs. They're not going to be free for a while. Here's all the main parking stalls. Some emergency escape stairs. Got the ramps. Another emergency stairwell. And then this side there are some Arona lifts. And the voice announcement does that because it's coded into the motor. There's the steps on this side and the landscape. You can see pennies down there. These go to a half floor on Jeep with sloping terrain.
Lift going down.
And they're pretty dark, characterful. They also get some random activity because it's a unique floor and it purposely has the wrong announcement. And the gradient didn't work perfectly in Skyscraper Sim. But we still get some nice slopes and things. There's pennies. Right, so that store has no lift. Couple of clothes shops around here. Main shopping gallery. Here we have Specsavers, formerly known as, or formerly tenanted by Bershka. They moved to a one-story shop, but they left behind the Gen 2, and Specsavers keeps it going up to the Audiology Centre. Quite nice little glass lift. Wraparound steps. Of course, no partitions of furniture. This is Skyscraper Sim. Very faint Voice announcement there. This lift does have ropes because it is glass. Things are on display. And a bunch of similar shops. Got Starbucks. Here we have the main atrium. Flannels is the bottom floor of the old Debenhams. That had a Coney lift. Flannels, of course, being just a one-level shop, does not have any lifts, unfortunately. We'll ride that in a bit. There's the service hallway. And this would be restrooms in real life. Let's actually ignore all these for now. Continue moving down the hallway. Got the Easton bookstore with an escalator and some steps. And Dunn's is also just escalators and steps. No lifts, sadly, and this is how I get out to the green exit. And we'll go out there to explore the retail park in a bit. Now we have these main lifts, which are kind of the lifts for Dunn's. Dunn's doesn't have its own lifts. Go up to 2. Must be lovely vintage Schindlers, now they've been modded. Keep up with the times, they got a nice scrolling arrow. Quite slow, so super speedy time shall be activated.
First floor.
And it intentionally has wrong announcements as well. This is the upper level of Dunn's. There's different textures because that'll be the drapery department. Out here, we've got management suite. It looks like that. I have to put some use to the windows outside. There's a whole maze of service passages you can go around. I'm not going to get lost in them though. What I will do is ride the goods lift. The goods lift is complete improvisation because, like a good boy, I have not been in the restricted service passage in Blanche. It was roughly modelled on the original Schindlers. A more service lift vibe and replace buttons for compliance. And we'll go to the basement because I want to explore there. Quite a few carbon copies of this lift dotted around everywhere where there needs to be a service lift or a stairwell. One of these will likely be lurking in the similar area. The basement's completely empty, but it's neat that it exists. Yes, this would be extra shop storage if it was real life, but I've got a goods lift here. Going to the M stairs, that one gets a bit of activity, so it's upstairs. Might as well ride it because it's exciting. This is meant to be a remnant from Debenhams. Go to the roof level. I don't believe there's a way out up here, but this is actually just a little pod here on top of the shopping centre. Let's go to 2. Explore the upper mount. Got the upper mount. And there's a staircase there. Couple of storage areas, just where the hallway was too wide. If we follow this circuit, we'll eventually come to this area, which is the loading bay you saw a while ago. And the entrance to M&S is right there. So I tapped the door with the force. Oop, that's spoilers, actually, not really. There's another one of these, but once you've seen one of them, you don't really need to see all of them. We'll come out at this exit. We're at the Atrium. There's Zara, which is the upper level. Debenhams, Lego store, new vertical location. Full of arcade units, massive boots. This lift is exactly the same as the one by Dunn's. So we shall brush past that one. Here we have River Island, and River Island has a unique lift. Steps there. It's supposed to be like a fitting room, back rooms area. It opens to the loading bay. And we have an Arona with Arca buttons outside and the older style of buttons inside. Now floor 2, that's the floor I go to. And floor 1, if you click that button, you get the Skyscraper sim music. And in real life it would open on this side, but nobody was there, so those doors are just fake. Take the stairs back down. Moving on now to Penny's, which sits here. Let's take a look at this plaza. Grass plots. There's a car park where that's the Arona lift lobby up that way. It's got some restaurants set out around this plaza. Let's take a look at. I'll come back there. Need to get on to Penny's. Bernie's. That has some escalators and it also has the ThyssenKrupp lift. It's not upstairs, sometimes it is. There's the Jumbo Dewhurst and then the Universe fixtures. The cinema is a bungalow, unfortunately. Although if you go out this way, there is another one of those goods lifts just going up to the upper level. Exactly the same again, so I will not ride it. And the Skyscraper sim starts to get dark. We ride the ones at the Atrium. These are Schindler 5500s. They replace some travelators that were okay. That lift's broken. Okay, this lift gets random activity and it got stuck. Probably the real lift won't do that. Interesting view. Oh no, this isn't the good one. We want the one that has the voice. These are beautiful lifts. They replace the travelators and the fountain that used to be in this atrium. Oh, lift race. Oh no, I think we're losing. Yep. Other one got that. We got there first, not to worry. Now, the last shop in this area that has a lift is H&M. This is quite an interesting one. It's a modernised monospace. It looks the same as the centre lifts. You'll see when we start it up. This is a closed one, by the way. It has 2 space. It has an Equalist motor.
First floor. Door opening.
And that's just a little bolt on the top of the centre. And then there's one more goods lift in Dunn's. Accessible here. This goes down to the lower service passage, and then out this way I believe there's a Schindler goods lift. Get to through a bit of jiggery pokery. There it is. I won't bother with that one though. And let's move on to the retail parks. Versus this film poster here, which I'm quite proud of. Let's go back to this building first. It's extraneous, it counts the retail parks. There's a bunch of extra shops. And if you go into this one, there's a Schindler lift. Cheap 90s hydraulics with the D-line fixtures. And that would be a dentist's office, or it might be a radio station actually. And the dentist on the bottom floor. There's a car park again. So let's do a super sprint over to this retail park. The majority of these shops don't have lifts, but Mr. Price does. It's all the way at the back of the store. Get your steps in. It is a, I'm not actually sure what it is. I think it's like a new lift. Let's go level 1 because it's quite boring. It does, however, have a nice brake clunk and an interesting voice that I've not heard anywhere else.
Floor 1.
In Lifestyle Sports, this has a good lift. Yeah, these all have doors at the back. It's leading to the edge. It's got ThyssenKrupp. It's like the Pennies one, except this one has a step-in sound effect. H&M and Athlone coded, and the native fixtures.
Door closing.
And a full voice.
First floor. Door opening.
And this level's double height because it has to be 3 floors. Coming to Mr. Price, it's just somersaulted down the escalator for no reason. Walter's music is triple height. No lifts there, unfortunately. And TK Maxx. There are 2 Gen 2s. These are probably a bit small in hindsight. I don't know what they are in real life. So and just your average Gen 2s. And this is exactly the same again. Down we go, another somersault. Most of these shops, they're big stores, but they're completely devoid of all lifts. Except 53 degrees north, which has a Vimec. Exciting. And they all have 3 buttons in real life, regardless of how many floors they serve. It's just a pre-made panel. And this is just a platform lift with a box around it. Live was that a thrill ride. Starbucks, and then if that wasn't exciting enough, you can go Captain America's. No, it's Wagamama. Muddled. And then you get a platform lift. Do you want to ride a platform lift? It's up to you. And this is where the Crown Plaza Hotel will be, but that's not included in this emulation. See the backs of all the shops. That was Retail Park 2 by the centre's numerology, but this is the real Retail Park 2 and their Retail Park 1. Oh, who cares? It's just numbers. Curry's, PC World, where in the world PC World has that, which I won't even bother with. And the only other lift in this retail park is in Easy Living Furniture, which has escalators like that for no apparent reason. A really nice early bonus space. This one can have a round trip because it's nice. You can see another loading bay down there. And the last stop on this tour should be the West End Shopping Park, which will have 3 more lifts. This is technically not controlled by Blanchardstown Centre. It's a separate entity, but it's on the same premises, so it was included. There's a double-sided Costa coffee. New look. I kept this in. It's closed in real life, but I want to make this lift. So I made it. It's like the M&S one, but slightly more interesting. Not interesting enough for a double take. Out we go. See the side of the car park. Home Sense is just, let me in. Home Sense is just a Gen 2. Well, I've been plenty of them. And then the last store with the lift is next. Has an interesting atrium at the front. As well as, oh, what a surprise.
Mind the doors, please. Lift goes down.
And here you can get a pretty decent view over the landscape, which I'll give you right about now. Oh, it looks a bit rubbish because of all this texture fight and proximity related issues. You can see the main Blanchardstown Centre, the car park, it's probably going ballistic with random activity, West End, 2 retail parks and all the surrounding parking zones. Then endless miles of just flat building JPEGs. So hope you enjoyed the tour. You can grab the building for yourself at the portfolio linked in the description. Thanks for watching and see you all in whatever the next video will be. Dissecting an old laptop, spotting cars, filming lifts, playing Skyscraper Sim. Out.